Welcome to Forbidden Transformation. My name is Karen Holton, and I'm co-hosting from chilly Canada. We got a wind chill of minus 17 Celsius today. And my co-host is Chris Matthew of Forbidden Knowledge News, who is down in sunny but sometimes stormy Louisiana. Our mission is to support and educate the people of Earth and to assist them to evolve and experience ET contact for themselves. And in this way, we help to create and participate in the new positive timeline. In future episodes, we plan to offer more about our ET experiences, guests with common experiences and goals, more about the Quantum Health Transformation Program, and any relative news as it occurs. Chris, how are you doing today?
Hello, Karen. I am doing pretty good considering all the craziness going on. It's great to be here again. And how are you doing?
I'm really good. I meditate. If I didn't meditate, I'd be a basket case. I just got to say that, it really, really helps. And I'm just wondering, do you have any announcements for us today?
Yes, I do have some announcements.
Good.
Want to welcome everyone. Thank you all for watching again. Please subscribe as well. Also, subscribe to Forbidden Knowledge News. We're on YouTube. I'm on all popular podcast platforms and now lbry.com. It's our official backup channel because YouTube is pulling channels left and right. We want to be ready. We already have all our stuff already on the LBRY, so please subscribe there. We also have a relocation fundraiser in process. My producer and occasional co-host Corey Hughes and myself, we're relocating to Colorado at the end of the month. If you would like to donate to help out, anything would be greatly appreciated. If you do donate, you donate $10 or more, you get 3 months free to our new site that will be launching next month. And any donation you make of $25 or more, you're going to get a copy of Corey Hughes' upcoming book. It's going to be the definitive JFK assassination book. You could call it like a JFK Bible. It's going to have so much information. He's actually going to have to do a series of books. There's so much information in there. That'll be out sometime next year. And finally, I just want to thank C60 Purple Power because it's awesome. I have to have it in my house. Not only feel better than I felt in years, I've lost over 30 pounds. It's just an amazing product for your health. Please go to their website to learn more about it. The link is in the description, c60purplepower.com. If the link doesn't work for some reason, just use coupon code knowledge10 and you get 10% off your order plus free shipping. Now, from previous shows and some of my previous interviews about the phenomenon that we're going to be discussing tonight, I think that it's occurring on many levels, from food, water, and air to actual surgically placed materials. Now, whether it's actually extraterrestrial or etheric entities or not, I'm not sure. Or it could be the government. I personally believe we're dealing a bit of all of the above.
Everything, yeah.
Before we get into that, is there anything else you had to mention? Any announcements from you, Karen?
Thank you, Chris. Yes, I just have a few. I want to remind folks that this is a brand new show, so please help us to reach everyone by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends and your family. And this show is interactive, so please add your questions to the comment section. And actually, we probably won't take questions until after the presentation, but we do have some time for discussion afterwards. We also have some brand new services called a brand new service called Intuitive Time with Karen and Chris. That's now available from my website. And I offer services of consultation and support for spiritual matters and ET contact. And you'll be happy to know that we now offer a 10% discount coupon on all three of those services and that I just mentioned. And the coupon code, we're going to keep it consistent, is knowledge10. And that will be, again, in the description box below. And please support our work by purchasing one of these beautiful Zendome's orgone generators. They're going to come up in the discussion today, and there will be a link to the playlist on this YouTube channel so that you can learn more about how they work, because that's kind of, we probably won't have time to talk about that today. And also be sure to check out the very educational books by Alfred Lambermont Weber. He is the creator of Exopolitics. He's the co-founder of the Omniverse, and his ebooks are now available for only a donation. We recommend them to all seekers of truth. And all the links will be in the description box below, including the links from our presentation. So that's all I have to say. So I guess I'm going to go to screen share, and you can introduce the subject and talk a little bit about that article, Chris, before we go
Sure.
into my presentation.
Of course. Yeah, like I said earlier, tonight we will be talking about the implant phenomenon, which, of course, I believe it's occurring on many levels. If you don't think you have foreign materials in your body from just alone the food and water you drink, you need to rethink that. But there are things going on at a deeper level. Now, we found this article here. Do you have that pulled up, Karen?
I have it, but I don't see it. I'm sorry. Just give me half a
Oh,
second here.
sure.
Go ahead.
But yeah, anyway, the article is by Dr. Roger Lear. If you aren't familiar, he was a pioneer when it came to the phenomenon of alien implants. He
Oops.
unfortunately is no longer with us, but he did some great work when it comes to this. Tons and tons of materials that he has extracted from people, and it was very important when it came to the phenomenon because it did provide a level of physical evidence for the phenomenon. So let's see here. Do you still have? You don't have it up yet? Do you need help getting it up there?
Uh, I don't think this is it, but oh my goodness. I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't find it.
Oh, that's okay. Well, we can go ahead and go without the article. We will just put it up there on the recorded version. Basically, I mean, it's not the images in the article aren't important. What is important is the information. Um, he began his research many decades ago. He didn't leap into the field with ultimate serious motives until about 20 years ago, and to date his research through his team which was a nonprofit organization. They performed 17 surgeries or more removal of objects from alleged alien abductees, suspected of being off-planet material. The implants had undergone rigorous examinations by both biological and metallurgical scientists associated with some of the world's most prestigious laboratories, such as Los Alamos National Labs, New Mexico Tech, University of Toronto, York University, Southwest Laboratories, Seal Laboratories, and a number of others. With the same validation, the discoveries he claimed proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that these objects are non terrestrial in origin and have been placed in humans all over the world by advanced species for some reason that he claimed that we don't understand. We may understand a little bit. Me personally, I'm not sure. I'm still learning about the phenomenon, but I do definitely believe there is a lot to it. I'm going to just briefly go over some of the findings that were most profound by Dr. Lear. The first was no inflammatory or rejection reaction by the body due to the foreign objects. Second, there is no visible portal of entry, which is very interesting. Um, Collections of specialized nerve endings surrounding the objects, an outer coating of ceramic biological material.
Hmm.
Next, a metallic phase where inorganic metal becomes biological tissue. Now, how does that happen? I mean, it's very advanced, some of these materials and what they're doing once they're introduced to the human body. It's like they're actually becoming biologically part of you. Some of these materials, some of them emitted radio waves, deep space frequencies in the FM band, electromagnetic fields in excess of 10 milligusses, which I'm pretty sure is significant. Composition of meteoric iron, which is basically, materials from meteors. Rare earth metals such as U-236, a single isotope of uranium existing by itself, as well as elements such as iridium, which are very rare and hard to find in the Earth's crust. Um, Non terrestrial isotopic ratios indicating that involved elements that did not come from this Earth. And the big one, the existence of carbon nanotubes, which this is what he talked about, which really got his name, out there. Carbon nanostrands and carbon nanofibers. These entities were considered non-existent in nature, and many scientists made definitive statements they could not be made in a laboratory. This has now been reversed as commercial products and are being designed and made from this technology. Carbon nanostructures are now the strongest substance known to mankind. Now that's what I believe the most important part of the article is, because it's just the most credible evidence that we can show as far as physical evidence that this is a real phenomenon, and these materials, some of them aren't from this planet. So I thought that would be a great place to start, and from there I'm going to turn it over to you, Karen, so we can get to your part of the presentation here.
Thank you, Chris, and I apologize. When I shut the my browser to close YouTube, I accidentally shut your article, and
Oh, that's
so
okay.
that's my bad. So I'm going to speak from this PDF now, and I've included in the PDF the article that Chris was just drawing from, and where you can reach it. So I encourage you all, this is going to be a massive amount of information. So I really encourage you all to watch the replay of this show. You may even want to watch it a couple of times. And also this is available in PDF from my website with all the links. And I'll be putting all the links from this material in the description box below. So don't worry if you don't understand part of it or if it goes by a bit too fast, not a problem. And those of you that are leaving comments or questions, if you don't mind, we will address them after we go through the article, because chances are your question is going to be covered because this is a fairly comprehensive report. So at the top, I have number 1, Chris Matthews' presentation, The Smoking Gun by Dr. Roger Lair. Here's a picture of an alien implant that was found in somebody. And again, it's like there's no entry point. So how did it get there? Who knows? And I thought I'd mention Wikipedia. It says in ufology, alien implants is a term used to describe physical objects allegedly placed in someone's body after they have been abducted by aliens. Claimed capabilities of the implants range from telepresence to mind control to biotelemetry, the latter akin to humans tagging wild animals for study. And as with UFO subjects in general, the idea of alien implants has seen very little attention from mainstream scientists. So that's a very limited description, but I thought it was a good to add anyway. I've got a few other articles that you folks can look up if you want more information. Also, The Aliens and the Scalpel, Scientific Proof of Extraterrestrial Implants in Humans, again by Roger K. Lair, who's the author. And in it, in part, it says, is a story of not only scientific research, but explains how the author, who started as the consummate scientific skeptic, became thoroughly convinced that humans all over this planet are being tampered with by another intelligence. He also believes that our historical record proves this has gone on for thousands of years. That was mentioned by Chris from the smoking gun article. Next, we have Casebook Alien Implants, again by Roger Lair, who is the kind of the world expert and the author. And he, the compiler on this article was Whitley Strieber. And it says, shocking evidence that alien implants are real, as told by the doctor who removed them. Alien implants, the objects are real. The facts are undisputable. But where did they come from? Gathered here in shocking detail is hard evidence the medical community has long denied. Tangible proof that alien implants are real. They cannot be explained by science. They did not come from Earth, and each possesses the unmistakable characteristics of alien origin. Dr. Roger Lear documents 8 amazing stories of unknown objects being removed from persons reporting alien abduction. The results are some of the most astonishing finds of any UFO research to date. And here's an example of some of the objects that were removed by Dr. Lair.
Now, I just wanted to add to that.
Sure.
Many people who have, or suspect that they may have foreign objects that they have no idea where they've gotten them. I've heard testimony from more than 2 or 3 people that they've gone to a doctor to have these looked at. They'll get the X-rays done, and somehow the X-rays get lost, and the doctor will, that no one knows how the X-rays get lost or the information about the appointment itself. So there's a lot of very strange things happening surrounding this, and our mainstream medical mafia, what I like to call them, they won't touch this stuff. So if you're thinking about going to see a mainstream doctor about an implant, I wouldn't advise against it, because it probably won't not only get you anywhere, but they may just lose all the evidence or X-rays or anything you go in there to begin with for. So it'd just be a waste of time anyway.
Mm-hmm. Here's another article, Alien Nanotechnology by Julia Strand. And she says, alien nanotechnology, which is believed to be pieces of evidence embedded into abducted humans by extraterrestrials. There is a documentary called Patient 17, which shows Dr. Roger Lair's 17th surgery removal of extraterrestrial implants. This information has been found and studied through the pieces found in these abductees. And during the documentary of Patient 17, Dr. Roger Lair came to find that the extraterrestrial implant that was inside of his patient was made of a total of 36 elements. Dr. Lair also shared in his documentary how the isotopic ratios of zinc 64 and zinc 66 would indicate that these elements could not have been made possible from elements found here on Earth. So I know I'm repeating some of what Chris said initially, but it's good for you to have it from several different sources.
Right.
Now, I personally believe that not all implants come from being abducted by nefarious ETs. It's much bigger than that and much more complex than that. And in this article, Chemtrails and Morgellons, it's worse than you thought. And in that article, it says, you want to know why our birds, bees, frogs, and now bats are dying. It's undeniable that we and all life forms are under deliberate chemical and biological nano attack. The Department of Energy and the Department of Defense are most likely involved. The chemicals removed by me, found in our air, blood, water, and urine, is providing an enriched environment for the accelerated growth of these synthetic model organisms. This chemical is increasing body and environmental electrical capacities, providing the DC current for these synthetic organisms to self-assemble, as the body is electrical first and chemical second. Every living thing on the planet is currently being colonized by these artificial life forms. To what end is not known. The metal particulates which separated in my blood are photographically identical to the metal found in all air samples. This could only mean our cerebral fluids contain these particulates. Ever put metal in the microwave? What do you think happens when you stick a 0.5 watt microwave cell phone next to your 70% water, 30% cholesterol brain with about 2 to 4% of some type of exotic metal flowing through it? Microwave sparks would be a good guess. The article stated a 200 meter or approximately 600 foot range around the base transmitters to be the most detrimental to any life form. So now we're finding out there's a bit of an overlap between what we would consider a physical alien implant left in someone after they were abducted, and the actual processes that are going on with the approval and direction of our governments globally. And so now we can't really be blaming it on nefarious off-worlders, because our own governments are doing this as well. Here's a picture of some Morgellons. And according to the Ascension Glossary, alien implants work in the human body similarly as the chemical processes of geoengineering, that is spraying chemicals in the skies to manipulate or control forces in physical matter. The construction and raw substances used in alien implants are vast and some unknown. They can be made of biological material, synthetic material, etheric substances in the light body, or programmed nanobots or nanites used in artificial intelligence technologies. Alien implants are a bioengineering technology designed to shape the human body into the mind control submission. In alien implant profiles, it says implants are used to instruct the human nervous system to release life force or chi energies and body parts to be given to this network for siphoning and control over the population. Implants are used to override or run programming in your personal biocomputer, which is your physical body. Implants impact your health, your mental state, your emotional state, your ability to access consciousness, and your sense of self. Genetic history plays a part in the type of implant or level of psychic and energetic harassment one receives from these networks. Identified implants. So this is not all of them. These are just the different ones that have already been documented. Archon genetic engineering entities or suppressor parasites, SPEs. Variation of small black shapes, some with attached wiring. Chest heart harness. I always have trouble saying this. Dodecahedron mind control harness. Fleur-de-lis artifacts. Distorted DNA seed artifacts. Distorted arc codes. Vesica Pisces implant, solar cross breeder implants, predator implants, sexual energy genetic crasher, reversal polarity, gender splitting, genetic experiments, genital mutilation in the etheric body, etheric semen from astral and etheric rapes found in both women and men, genital plugs, etheric penis plug or lingam in rectum or vagina, burn mark brands like branding a cattle, clamps or metal structures blocking organic energies from opening in the energy body and moving up the vertical channel, and etheric weaponry, which would be etheric versions of knives and cleavers and different things that are just embedded into our etheric bodies and cause havoc. Now we're moving into the more etheric implants. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Chris, about the physical implants? Be they possibly man-made or possibly nefarious ET produced?
Now, as far as the physical, I think it could go both ways. Those for me are, some of the most compelling, just because of the substances it's made of, the way it reacts to human biology and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. Now, when it comes to etheric and the things you're about to go into right now, I still I don't have a greater enough understanding of the etheric implants. I've gone off of the material that you've given me. I do, however, believe that, of course, there is this other reality that we interact with. That there are, of course, beings and entities that are in these different realities that interact with us. And when you think about it that way, and from my own personal experiences that I've had, you know. The information that I was given is that yes, these entities can manipulate your etheric being and place things in you and manipulate you just depending on plenty of things. I believe it, could be your state of mind, the things you're doing in your life, the way you're handling your health, beliefs. Plenty of things could affect your etheric relationship or whatever you want to call it with these entities, and how you react with them and how much you allow them to, I guess, manipulate you and your etheric self. But I am very interested in, finding out more myself about this. The more I meditate and kind of get information and downloads as I go along about the way some of these things work, and of course from the information Karen has presented. And that's all I really have to say about that so far.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Chris. And in some ways, the etheric implants sort of even overlap to the occult. It's very interesting to see the connections. So here are some examples of the characteristics that define negative etheric implants. A negative implant is any implant that is put into someone's energy field that gives others an advantage or the recipient a disadvantage, manages that person's thinking, choices, decisions, or behaviors, manages that person's feelings, emotions, or mood, manages that person's intuition or insights, keeps that person aligned to a set of ideas, beliefs, truths, or ideals, makes that person against others' ideas, beliefs, truths, or ideals, forces an alignment to support a group or anyone's agenda or goals, prevents that person from fully and openly using all of their abilities and capabilities. So this also overlaps with what's going on with the EMF and 5G, 6G, and other frequencies that are also deployed to affect us on an etheric level. That could be man-made or interdimensional or God knows what. I personally think it's a little bit of everything. There's another article, etheric, emotional, and mental implants. These are implants that are embedded into our interfacing suit. They can influence us as much as the real or physical body implants. However, there are some factors regarding these implant types that you should be aware of. These implants are huge in size compared to physical body implants, as these are often very small. It's quite difficult to hide these interfacing suit implants because they are so big. Our subtle energy body is not only large, it is also made up of at least 4 different sub-subtle bodies, none of which we are able to directly detect. The so-called etheric body and mental body, etc., as described above, are part of the interfacing to the physical. The 4 energetic sub-bodies have multidimensional characteristics, and an energetic implant can seriously impact you. So for those of you that are familiar with the different subtle energy bodies, you'll be aware that they're much bigger than our physical body. And of course, it makes sense that some of these implants would also be large. The article goes on to say, whoever controls the mind controls the body, mind, and soul. Alien implants are used to mind control the masses, to form socially acceptable belief systems, and shape anti-human value systems, which are used to condition humanity to accept spiritual abuse from the negative aliens, and to self-enforce their thought systems of hierarchical enslavement and fear. This is a divide and conquer strategy of the planet and humanity. Well, you can sure see evidence of that today. And so that's why I think that there is a combining of forces between negative aliens and our world structure that is just doing some bizarre stuff right now. Since most of humanity has been unable to activate the higher heart complex and connect the fourth DNA strand during adolescence and into adulthood, over the length of time, the chemicals from the implants distort patterns in DNA that accumulate miasmatic overlays on core emotional issues and physical imbalances. This is not natural. If a human being cannot activate their heart and access their fourth strand of DNA, they are unable to activate their soul identity. Thus, they are unaware of why they incarnated on the earth, what their higher purpose is, and cannot connect to or listen to their higher self because they have not activated higher sensory perception abilities. Then going on to the Ascension Glossary, here's a picture of some Morgellons that were removed from a human subject. When the foreign, unnatural, or artificial material is introduced to the natural body, it disrupts the electromagnetic energy balance and the homeostatic rhythm of the body. Many times it runs a low-level EMF or radio waves signal that is designed to disrupt the human body's natural homeostasis and electromagnetic balance. This puts the body in hyperimmunity state or adrenal exhaustion while fighting off the invader. The body develops coping mechanisms to deal with the foreign invader while extreme stress is placed on the central nervous system, brain, and immune system. As with chemtrails, alien implants most generally act as a metallic frequency overload, excuse me, and exposure to impact the overall bodily energies and its auric field. So now we're finding out, that our bodies are energetic, and even when we use, learn more about quantum physics, when we go down smaller, we're energy beings, but our senses pick up the solidness that we perceive as being real.
More I think about this whole coronavirus thing,
Mm-hmm.
it makes me think it, related to implants because of the different ways it affects different people. It seems to be related to people's actual fear of it. The way they feel about the actual coronavirus tends to actually affect people, and it's very strange that this whole thing is coinciding with the launch of 5G frequencies across the United States and globe. So it just makes me think there are correlations between this presentation and what's going on right now.
Oh, I think it's really relevant. The Chinese government just launched a satellite that's 6G. So that is in the terabyte. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Just getting back to this article, eventually this disrupts the body organism, and as a result, parasites, fungi, yeast, and other microorganisms become overgrown and imbalanced in the body. It is important to understand that energetic parasites, this is just one byproduct of alien implants, eventually manifest, turning into a variety of physical parasites in the human body. Physical parasites impact all bodily functions, mental body functions and thought forms, induce emotionally hysterical states, as well as promote disconnection from the inner self and spiritual energies. Mind control via EMF. This is why I think that some of this is human-made as well. Mind control technologies are weapons which use electronic microchip implants, nanotechnologies, microwaves, and or electromagnetic waves to subvert an individual's sense of control over their own thinking, behavior, emotions, or decision-making by attacking the brain and nervous system. The development of these methods and technologies has a long history. So we know there's patents for what do they call it, Chris? Voice of God, where they can put sound in your head so that you think
Yes.
all kinds of
Voice to
things.
skull technology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Before we move on to holographic inserts, Chris, do you have anything you want to say about etheric implants?
No, I just think that it does relate to a lot of what's going on right now, because I think even a person's mental state alone can cause manifestations of many things to occur within a human body. So I think it's very relevant to what's going on right now, and it's definitely something that I think people should look into and start maybe taking more seriously.
Yeah, I would agree. So holographic inserts are something completely different, but in the same umbrella category under alien implants. Excuse me. This article refers to them as the dead light matrices. The dead light matrices also reflect the artificial bent light holographic inserts, which contain the controlled versions of the nature of this reality, such as crucifixion implants. And these are also shattering and exploding systematically into the outer fields of the planet. These are false realities, artificial holographic inserts that we have thought were real, and then developed mental beliefs and held that specific version of reality and its timelines kept in place. So as these false realities are shattered into pieces, for those maintaining energetic balance in this explosive terrain, we can read the signature of those dead light pieces that reflect the nature of its disease and its schism. Holographic inserts work like a software program. So they basically create an overlay on the natural world that's artificial. We come to believe that artificial reality is indeed real. And then we form our beliefs and how we proceed in life based on that. I would argue that the construct that we're born into, that is the system that we're born into, that's ruled by governments and monarchies and the evil medical empire and the evil religious empires, would definitely fall into that. And once we break those inserts, we wake up. And what a shock that is, eh, Chris?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, and it's happening to a lot of people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole reality is being shattered. Um, that's why, I mean, no matter what happens with this whole election thing, there's going to be some people that are realizing a lot of stuff that's been going on that, is going to cause some cognitive dissonance, probably some turmoil for themselves. But I think it's necessary ultimately to move on.
Oh, I agree. So in summary, what is an alien implant? Alien implants can be etheric, energetic, holographic, genetic, biologic, and synthetic. Alien implants can include AI, nanotechnology, bioengineering, and crystalline formations. They are produced by interdimensional beings, ETs, and humans. Some are beneficial, but most are not, as they infringe on our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health. alien implants, and the human body. The purpose of implanting humans may be for experimentation, mind control, geoengineering and transhumanism, biotelemetry, which is tracking, and more. When alien implants are introduced to the body, they disrupt the electromagnetic balance and the homeostasis of the body. They often produce low-level electromagnetic frequencies, or EMF, that interfere with our natural, energetic, and biological cycles. People with alien implants experience health issues as their bodies develop mechanisms to cope. Alien implants impact our energetic and auric fields, the body, and the mind, disconnecting us from our inner self and our higher spiritual energies. Most people are unaware of their presence, but find that they do not thrive in spite of their best efforts. So that would be people who they're careful with their diet, they get exercise, they're meditating, and they're just not thriving the way they should be. People with implants tend to have recurring headaches, digestive issues, cycles of anxiety and depression, poor sleep patterns, lack of energy and adrenal fatigue, along with low immunity to disease with increased autoimmune responses. And now I want to get into our alien implant remedy. Now, this is not the only implant remedy out there. And I want people to use their own wisdom from within and their own intuition on choosing a remedy. But as Chris mentioned, I would not recommend going to a mainstream practitioner for help with this. And even a lot of the alternative healing modalities don't address this. And before I go on with this, I want to say a couple of things. I did a very comprehensive alien implant removal process back in 2016. I got mine from Alexandra Medor, who has a website called Intergalactic Connection, or is it Galactic Connection? Sorry. Anyway, I found what it did for me was a number of things. It helped me to feel freer and lighter. I felt like I was more under my own control. I found that it greatly increased my intuition and my psychic abilities. And it was after that that I started having a lot more contact with my higher beings and my higher self. So, but it's up to you folks to find your own remedy. But I'm going to present this one today because it is one that I didn't come up with this on my own. I worked with my interdimensionals, with my ET friends from the Intergalactic Resettlement Program. I worked with a woman who had 27 years experience with essential oils. And we were very careful to choose a system that agreed with my guides, that was approved by my guides, but also was something that was doable for us to create. And so that's how this came about. I also did double testing. So after I got guidance from my higher beings, after I did consultation with my friend who does the essential oils, after I did my own research, I double checked everything with a pendulum. And I was surprised. Absolutely. It totally told me which was the right ones to use, which was the wrong ones to use. And the right ones to use, coincident or synchronicity, were identical to the ones that my higher guides had recommended. So that's how, a little bit of background, how I came up with this. I'm going to present it now as an option, but again, it's up to you how you want to handle. And I also believe we've all got implants, whether they're from the chemtrails and Morgellons, or whether they were put into our genetics thousands of years ago. I think we all have them, and I really recommend people think about this, and especially if you are not doing as well as you should be, considering all the effort you're putting into your health. So this alien implant remedy, which is AIR, or AIR for short, As the implants are removed from the energetic body, it has a chance to heal. Heal the energetic body, and the physical body recovers as a result. Implants can be etheric, energetic, holographic, genetic, biologic, and synthetic, and can include AI, nanotechnology, bioengineering, and crystalline formations. Therefore, it makes sense to use a non-physical, energetic approach to removal by applying frequency-producing technologies like high-grade essential oils, crystals, orgone energy, and visualization. Alien implants impact all of the body's energetic and auric fields, the physical body and the mind, disconnecting us from our inner self and higher spiritual energies. The guided meditation will assist you to discover the power of your own mind and unleash your own curing powers. So I want to mention that this comes with a guided meditation, which is actually on YouTube. It's easy to play and listen to. And it's something that you want to do because it helps you to identify things within your own body that are not part of your natural biology or auric fields. It helps you to learn how to go in and cure yourself, because ultimately that is where the curing occurs, because I think the health industry is just a disease management system, to be honest with you. So I'm all for helping you to go within to learn how to do that process for yourself. And you do that for 21 days. And if you skip a few days, then you need to start over again. So it's really an important component to this. So what is the alien implant remedy? Since alien implants are essentially energetic in nature, the remedy must also involve frequency. And so we offer cutting-edge technology to remedy alien implants and other invasive energy frequency-related technologies. This alien implant remedy is a proprietary blend of essential oils, crystal frequencies, orgone energy, and guided meditation designed to work together to move energy and clear the energetic pathways. This alien implant remedy provides the right combination of energetic frequencies specifically designed to disable and dissolve energetic implants that may be holding you back. A little bit more about the alien implant remedy kits and how they work. By placing the air pyramid near the bed, the ambient energies of the room are transmuted into purifying energy and flood your sleep area with orgone energy. Use the air foot oil before going to bed. This formulation supports the base and sacral chakras while grounding the body to natural earth frequencies. When you use the air body spray first thing in the morning and before this guided meditation, you support both third eye and crown chakras while connecting you to your higher self, the quantum field, and the heavenly realms. The above combination boosts the healing potential of the torus field, which is generated by your heart. And this supercharges the immune and other body systems. Place the air body disc onto your heart chakra while you do the guided meditation. And as the implants are removed, the energetic body has the chance to recover. Heal the energetic body, and the physical body recovers as a result. And since the implants are essentially energetic in nature, the remedy must also involve frequency. This alien implant remedy kit is a proprietary blend of essential oils, crystal frequencies, orgone energy, and guided meditation designed to work together to move energy and dissolve alien implants. And they can be found on my website at my shop. And this is a little disclaimer. Chris, can you see this okay? Do you want to read this for everybody? Because It's important that people understand that we're not trying to practice medicine here.
Right. And I also want to add the argon generators are amazing, and I 100% used them whenever I had my first few contact experiences. They were always around me, and I believe they helped to establish a connection that I needed. So yeah, those were amazing. As far as this disclaimer, this alien implant remedy is intended for adults, and the essential oil component should not be given to pets or children. This video and the AIR brochure and instructions are presented as is for educational purposes only. They are not intended as a substitute for diagnosis, treatment, or advice of a qualified licensed medical professional. The information should not be taken as medical advice, and in no way should anyone infer that we are practicing medicine. Seek the advice of a medical professional for proper application of this material to any specific situation. No statement here on the website has been evaluated by the United States Food and Drug Administration, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the Department of Health Canada, or any other regulatory authority. Any product or service mentioned or described in this material or the website is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and we recommend that you do your own independent research before purchasing anything. Just one of those things we got to say.
We got to say it. That's right. So this PDF that we're featuring here with all the embedded links to all the source material is available for download from my website shop. And basically, if you're just going to my website, find my shop, and then under the shop, there's PDF downloads, and under that, there is the Fringe View, and that's where you will find this PDF. I am charging $3.99 Canadian, which is about $2.50 US, to help cover the expenses to being able to produce this show for everybody. And so that's basically the presentation. I'm going to stop the share now and take a look at our time. We got a few more minutes because we started late. Chris, is there anybody with any questions that they'd like us to talk about?
No, I don't have any questions yet, but if you do have any questions, anything you'd like to ask at all about the alien implants or anything at all, just go ahead and leave it in the chat right now. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. That was a great presentation, and I think it's not just the alien implants that are causing distress with people right now. Of course, it's everything. It's the election. It's everything else going on right now. So people are in a lot of people are in a bad state, and anything like implanted materials could make things 100 times worse. So if anything, at least look at this material and see if it resonates with you. If you think that you've done everything you can to make yourself feel better and there's just something not right, take another look at this and try it out. There's nothing that will hurt you. There's nothing that we offer that will harm you. It's impossible for any of this to, especially meditation. I mean, it's all things that I believe you should be doing anyway. So it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot if nothing else works for you. Um, but yeah, that's basically what I have to say as far as the alien implants. As far as everything else going on, I think tough time ahead of us that we have to start working towards right now, because I think people are need to stop focusing on the election. I think it's over already. I think the selection has been made. It was already made a long time ago. I think
Mm-hmm.
people need to start focusing on themselves and what they can do in their own lives to make things better, because I think it's out of our control now. I mean, they've already made their selection. They're going to go on with it, whatever plans they want. So it's going to be up to us on our local levels. Talk to your local politicians, get right with yourself, prepare, get everything ready in your life in case in case the shit does hit the fan, and you have to do something drastic and or move, or you won't have any food, or just think there's all kinds of unknowns right now that people are worried about. So what I would suggest is start focusing on yourself, what you need to do. Start taking steps to get everything prepared in your life you need to, just in case things go like I have a feeling they're going to go. So And also, please don't lose any more friends over this election BS. Every time I go on Facebook, I have to close it up because I just see people just losing friends over this nonsense that it's just a big show anyway. It's all scripted. It's all a movie. We've all been intentionally being part of this movie that they're putting in front of us. So don't lose any more friends and family over this, and just start focusing on yourself and what you can do to make everything better from your own side. And I guess that's what I have to say about it.
Thank you, Chris. And I would agree with you because right now we really want to take really good care of ourselves. We want to be as sharp as we can be. We want to have our head on a swivel. We want to be aware of what's going on. And we also want to be able to be physically well enough that we can respond, if necessary, to the changing terrain of our reality, because it's never been as slippery as it is right now. And so I would encourage folks to watch this presentation again. Think about it. Go to your guides. Go to your higher self. Pray. Ask, is this system something that you might need that might benefit you? And the other thing is in the, besides all the links I will have in the description below to the different points from the presentation, I've also included the playlist on how Zendome's orgone generators work. Everything you could possibly want to know about how they work, how they affect health. The complete playlist is also below. Also the quantum health transformation, which is going to do you nothing but good and help to improve yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And I've also included a video by Preston, our friend Preston Dennett, who just came out with a video on anal probes, which is really quite interesting. And so I put that also in the description so that you can access it. And I guess that's about it for our program today. Before I read, just go over what we offer and what to expect. Chris, do you have any other last minute things you want to say?
No, that's about it. Just tune in 2 weeks from now for our next show. We're gonna have a special guest, Sonia Barrett, and that's gonna be a really fun show. So until next time, everyone, thank you for tuning in, and have an awesome rest of your day.
So what we're going to offer, what you can expect if you're new to the program, is bi-weekly, that's every 2 weeks, Forbidden Transformation shows on Sundays on this YouTube channel. And our next show, as Chris mentioned, is November 22nd. And I want to remind everyone that Chris and I offer consultation and support services available from my website. And remember to use the 10% off coupon code Knowledge10. And we also now have a Forbidden Transformation Facebook group to offer peer-to-peer support. Let us know if you'd like to be a moderator. And I want to thank everyone for their emails, and I'll continue to do my best to respond to all of them. But sometimes I just can't get to them all. There's too many. So I'll do my best. And what else? Oh, yes. So Forbidden Transformation, episode 7 with Sonia Barrett airs November 22nd at 12 noon Pacific, 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central, or 3 o'clock Eastern at this YouTube channel. And all of the links to our information and services will be in the description box below. And if you'd like to contact us, the best way to contact us is through our special show email address, which is forbiddentransformation@gmail.com. And just one other thing, I do encourage you to help support Chris with Forbidden Knowledge News. I got to tell you, I would not be here today if it wasn't for your show, Chris. For years, I depended on your show to find out what the hell was going on in the world, to find out about strange and wonderful things I never even dreamed existed before. And I have a huge debt of gratitude, and I'm sure many feel the same way. And so let's support Forbidden Knowledge News. It's an important, very important resource, especially in these crazy times. So with that, I'll say until next time, Chris and I wish you much light, love, and happiness. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you all. We'll see you next time.